On July 3, 2003, Latau Martin and her boyfriend drove down I-75 to spend the 4th of July with Latau's family in Orlando. It had been raining, and Latau's parents, Michael and Francina Norman, along with her sister, called to check on her, but there was no answer.
And I said, something is not right.
When Francina tried again, this time a state trooper answered.
He said, your daughter's been involved in an accident, and they had to airlift her to the hospital, and I just started screaming.
Latau's car had hydroplaned, spun out, and flipped several times before landing upside down. While Latau's boyfriend escaped with minor injuries, Latau was airlifted to the Orlando Regional Medical Center unconscious and in critical condition. When her parents arrived, they learned Latau was in a medically induced coma and was on life support.
What I saw with my physical eyes was a death sentence.
No father's ever imagined one day to walk into a hospital room to see your daughter in a coma.
Doctors told them Latau had bleeding on the brain and punctured lungs. They also said her chances of survival were slim, and even if she did live, her cognitive abilities would be severely affected for the rest of her life. At once, Francina, a minister, contacted her ministry partners around the world to pray, believing God had plans for Latau, a bright college student working towards her law degree.
And I said, but God, I'm looking at you, Jesus, as my friend. And I want to say to you, if you take my child, that's gonna hurt me. So God, I need you to heal my child. A peace came over me, and I heard the Holy Spirit say to me, I got this.
7 days later, Latau was back home. Still, she needed prayer, as the injury had affected her short-term memory, her mobility, and her personality.
And I was just like, God, this is so hard, and I need you to give her back her memory.
When I didn't know what to do, I didn't have the answers, and I didn't remember. I remembered God, I remembered His word, and I remembered who He was.
Through weeks of therapy and prayer, Latau was able to return to college to continue her senior year. Despite recovering nearly 40% of her short-term memory, she maintained an A average. Then, in 2004, 15 months later, Latau was in another near-fatal car accident. She was with a friend when the tire blew, causing the car to flip several times, landing in a canal. Paramedics arrived to find her friend, who was driving, thrown from the car with minor injuries. Latau, dazed, was still in the car.
When the paramedics came, I heard them say something about my head and my eyes. They knew I had another head injury because I bursted the blood vessels in my eyes.
Latau was airlifted to a nearby hospital with 2 broken wrists, a broken left forearm, a brain injury, and a fractured skull. Doctors said this time she likely would not recover her cognitive or reasoning skills.
It's something you'll never really get over.
I said, what is she carrying that's going to make a difference with her generation, that the enemy want to take her out? The Lord began to show me how she was going to make a difference in laws, that she was going to be a judge, and she was going to judge righteously.
After 6 hours of surgery on her wrist and forearm, Latau faced months of cognitive and physical therapy. Drawing on the faith and prayers of thousands around the world, Latau and her family refused to give up.
It was my husband's responsibility to war for her, to make sure that the enemy know that we're going to fight for every single thing that's supposed to happen in her life.
I would have those thoughts that I have to accept this. This is going to be my life. What if actually my brain's getting worse? I knew you can't give up. I have to keep pushing. I have to keep persevering. I have to be determined. And I have to stand on His word and stand on the purpose and what I'm called to be.
Latau continued her relentless pursuit of getting her degree and graduated cum laude. Then, after getting her MBA at the Royal Holloway University of London, Latau and her family say their prayers were answered when she earned her law degree from Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 2016.
I was thanking God because I said, oh, look what the Lord has done. She finished law school. It was so emotional.
I was just so thankful and overjoyed by the miracle that I've seen manifested in my own life.
Today, Latau has no brain damage and has regained 70% of her short-term memory and her cognitive skills. She's looking forward to passing the bar and practicing criminal law. She and her family know the power of prayer can change any situation.
God truly answers prayer.
When I look at my daughter today, I admire the tenacity that she had. God hears your prayer. You're gonna see the manifestation of God's power to heal you, any difficult situation, because if He can do it for us, He can do it for you.
I just want to tell those who are going through trauma, tribulations, and trials, don't give up. God's gonna answer your prayers. He's gonna heal you.